Assalamu alaikum, brother Zakir. How are you?
Walaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
How are
good,
you?
good. MashaAllah. So give us some words of wisdom, man. Give us some words of wisdom regarding the world, worldly affairs, Deen, dunya. Maybe some experience something you experienced you would like others to benefit from.
Yeah. Dunya is, for me at least, in my opinion, is it's an illusion. It can create false sense of security. For many people, I think that a lot of the time we get attached to things that are not important, and we stray away from the things that are important, and then in the end it comes full circle. We start to realize, okay, the priorities at the time, let's say when you were younger, might have been the main focus, but later on in life they're not much of a focus as well. So I think with dunya, at least, what we need to focus on is how do we strike a balance. The most important thing we're probably going to find is that it does correlate to your faith. For example, for us, we're Muslim, right? So with dunya is you have to strike a balance, and I think the best way you can do that is stay true to yourself, because in dunya you're gonna meet lots of different people. You're gonna meet lots of different people that will influence and be interested in lots of different things, some of which you might be interested in as well, or at least you might be in a moment in time where you think it's something that you're interested in, or you're trying to adjust to the circle that you're within. Try to be true to yourself. Dunya for everyone is, I think it's relative, because everyone has a different walk or path in life, and we attach ourselves, and how we measure success in dunya is most of the time is what we're earning, or where we are within our roles and careers and whatever it might be. My example, or at least my advice, would be to be truly happy. I think that you need to be able to be happy with what you're doing and be the best at what you're doing currently, and not to look at other people, because it's easy to look at other people and think he's doing better than me, she's doing better than me, why am I doing this, why am I not earning enough? Be happy within yourself with what you're doing. If you find that it's not something that you want to do, don't waste time. Pivot, adjust, look to retrain yourself. Make sure that all of those things are not being not being wasted away. That's the worst thing you can do. So for me, at least, to summarize, I'd say that in dunya you need to tread carefully. You need to keep the company that you keep is very important in the person that you will ultimately be, because it's very easy to get influenced by many different aspects of dunya. So try to be true to yourself, try to be happy within yourself. If you find that something is not working, pivot. Don't just waste your time and waste your life thinking I can make it work. Just pivot, adjust, find something else, keep your cognitive skills up, and look at things that you can do to potentially improve your life.
And an advice regarding the hereafter, the Aakhira?
Aakhira, oh man, for everyone is different, right? Obviously some people are very proficient in how they practice faith. For us, we're Muslims. There can be Jews, there can be Christians as well, each to their own. But what I'm saying is, for Aakhira, I think the best thing again is instilling, at least for the next generation, instilling the faith within them very young, making them have a true love for what they are, making sure that they can identify with what they are as well. The heritage, then where they are from, their ancestry, the family. Be Muslim first, and then be whatever else second. So for example, some people identify as being British first, then Muslim. Be Muslim first, then identify as whatever else, if that's what you want to do. But the most important thing is learn, adjust, and continue to learn. Because in Islam, I think we take for granted. We learn, when we're young because we have to. We get forced into it. But once it comes, once you're over age where you think you can think for yourself, and you think you can make decisions for yourself, and you think you know what's better for yourself, that's when you start to. It kind of shows how much love you might have had, or how easy it is to kind of forget the most important things and the priorities. And those priorities will change. They always change. What's important then is not going to be important today. What's important tomorrow might not be important in 5 years' time. So for me, what would, at least with Islam, the thing that I found most is it stuck with me from a very young age. I learned very young, and then I hit my teens, and then you stray away, you do other things, you get influenced, you have peer pressure or whatever, and then you come back into adolescence, and then you start to realize, okay, look, I wasted a lot of time doing this, when actually it's that proved as my foundations. And I found, at least with Islam, that it was because of Islam that I was able to go back and get out of very, very difficult situations, moments in my life. It was really the foundations for making decisions. So I think it's important for us, and it's a responsibility on us as the older generation to make sure that the next generation of children of Islam carry that ummah, carry the love, the same love, because now they have a lot of variety of options and lots of different mediums in terms of receiving those messages. You have WhatsApp, you have social media, lots of different ways, YouTube, lots of different agendas being pushed in schools. So it's important that we show them how you need, by virtue of not just speaking to them about it, but actually doing the actions. So I think that it's a responsibility on us to make sure that they see those things in fruition, as opposed to us just speaking about, you need to do this, you shouldn't do this because of that. Show them, and many of us are guilty of that as well, and to some degree we can be also called hypocrites as well, because we may not do those things, but it's still a responsibility on us to everyday improve, and by us everyday improving will allow the best opportunities for our children to improve.
So brother Zakir, what's your background in education?
Education.
Your job?
Yeah, education. I did obviously the standard things that you would normally do. You would go through GCSE. I went into A levels. I went to university. I didn't complete my degree for lots of different reasons. Inshallah, we'll get into that another time. Currently, I work as a technical consultant for a software company, and I've been doing that for a few years at various different large organizations and multinational companies. But my story is interesting, I hope for some, and maybe a lot of people can relate to it, and hopefully inshallah we'll have the opportunity to discuss that at some stage or another. But there's many different ways of getting to where you need to get to without following the normal constructs or the popular constructs of going through the educational system. So there is hope for lots of us.
And maybe another time for that, yeah?
Maybe another time, inshallah.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.